Hi, I'm Victoria.
And I'm Sophia.
And we are
Proyecto Más Color.
I'm sure you've heard of Rodner Figueroa. If you haven't heard about him, he is the former TV personality who recently got fired from Univision. Yes, former. He recently got fired from Univision because of his derogatory comments about the First Lady of the United States. Like, who does that?
So disrespectful.
Very. He said, quote, "Well, mind you, you know that Michelle Obama looks like one of the cast members of the Planet of the Apes." And he said that with a giggle.
How is that even funny? First of all, what does that have to do with anything? That's rude, disrespectful. It's our First Lady. And the only reason why he got fired is because it was about the First Lady. And Univision got a phone call from the White House saying that basically, you know, that was ridiculous and it was inappropriate. That's not the first time that he's made a comment about a black person. It's just because it was the First Lady that got him fired.
Right.
You see, because he's like, and what is he, an Emmy Award winning?
He's an Emmy Award winning. He just lost his career.
Completely over something so unnecessary that, I mean, that's just what happens when you hire people that can be ignorant.
What happened with Rodner is an example of what happens when you have lack of diversity in the workplace. And when you have lack of diversity, you have lack of tolerance. And when you have lack of tolerance, you have lack of respect. And he basically exemplified the reason why Univision needs to diversify their workplace. And they need to display the diversity of the Latino culture.
Right.
We are a diverse culture. There's black people, there's Asian people, there's indigenous people. Right. There aren't only blonde hair, blue-eyed people in the Latino culture, but if you turn on the TV, that's what you see, and that's just not realistic.
And little things like this, well, actually it's not little, big things like this wouldn't happen if there was more diversity on Univision and Telemundo, because they would be more aware of their audience and be more sensitive about it.
Yes, and it shouldn't have even gotten to the point where he felt comfortable enough to say something like that about the First Lady of the United States.
And think that it would be okay and he would get away with it.
So what we want to do is we want your comments. We want the audience to participate more, because that's another problem.
Right.
The audience is quiet.
Right. They don't say anything about it. There are other people watching Univision and Telemundo that may not agree with what's going on, but they don't say anything. They're quiet. If you stay quiet, no change is ever going to come. Ever. It's the audience who has the power. There's power in the views. There's power in the ratings. And I don't think people are realizing that if you say something, it can make a difference. Don't just brush it off like it's no big deal. Oh, he's just joking. It's not a big deal. No, maybe he was joking, but it's not funny. It's not funny. And it's disrespectful. And why would you say something like that knowing that you have a diverse audience? And if you have more diversity on your television stations, then something like this wouldn't happen.
The audience needs to get involved. Like, we're too passive as a collective, as the Latino community. You know, even when I watched the clip about him saying that about Michelle Obama, there were some people even laughing.
Wow. So
we need to address the issue of racism in the Latino community.
Exactly. People don't want to talk about it. It needs to be addressed because it's huge. It's very prominent. It's obvious if you watch those television stations. It's very obvious. You cannot say that there's not racism or discrimination in the Latin American community when you can clearly see it on just your everyday television programming.
So we want you to get involved. We want your videos. We want your comments. We want anything that you want to share with us for the larger aspect of Proyecto Más Color. We want you to get involved. We don't want it to just be us. We want other Afro-Latinos, other Indigenous Latinos, other white Latinos, like other Asian Latinos.
Anybody. Really want everyone to participate, because we can't do it by ourselves. You know, if you speak up, then you can actually make a difference. And the two of us, we can't do it on our own. So we need other people to help us out and to support us. We already have a lot of support and we really appreciate that. But if you guys could just comment or even have a video response, tag us in it, we would love to see it. And also for Univision and Telemundo and just to see a change. Speaking of change, don't forget that we have a petition on change.org for Univision and Telemundo. So we want as many people to sign it as possible. We're not asking for any money. All we're asking for is support, because our dream is to see more diversity on Latin American television. More diversity, period. Because why not? We have beautiful, talented, and intelligent people. Why can't we just be a part of, you know, the limelight too?
We want to see what we see in reality on television. I'm not talking about reality television. I'm talking about, I want to see the true beauty of the Latino culture on TV. And to only put a certain type of person on television, it implies that that's what you think is the only beauty in the Latino culture, and that's just wrong.
It's sad too.
It's very sad. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. So thank you so much, and from us to you, gracias. Thanks for watching.